I want to talk about the way we show up in the world. Just as we begin to think about ourselves, our lives, the fullness of our lives, and how we interact with each other and with ourselves. And I think about how important it is for a safe and trusting relationship and how that really sets the tone for how we think about ourselves and how we interact with other people. Um, when we don't have a safe or trusting relationship when we are young, especially in those first birth to 3 years old, that really sets the stage for us to believe that the world is not safe, that people aren't safe, and that I need to protect myself. So when we have that kind of a mindset, that separates us away from people because we're mistrusting. And when we're around people that are mistrusting, they tend to act out. They tend to act out in either by fighting, whether that's with their words or with their bodies, or by retreating, running away, not being willing to connect with us, doing things to damage the relationship. And then that puts us in a place of fear or anger or resentment, kind of creating a like a us or them kind of situation. And we don't want ever to be in a position with the boys where we're in a us or them, right? We want to think about the child that behaves badly, um, makes us think about wanting to punish them or to discipline them in some way, right? To have greater control over them. But if instead we can think of the person who's acting out, the person who seems the least lovable, as struggling inside to handle something difficult or figure something out, that encourages us to help them through that. So when we think about kind of discipline, we're thinking about making someone do something, rules governing behavior, and um, conflict that ends up in the use of bribes or threats or manipulation, because we want to control. And when we think about discipleship, and I'll talk some more about what that is in a minute, really, I think the example given to us by Jesus was that the only person we can change is ourselves, that relationships determine behavior. And it's only through relationship that we become willing to change. Um, if we were in isolation, we wouldn't ever notice that our behavior was problematic or was a problem for someone else. So we wouldn't ever think of changing. And the other thing I think that Jesus taught us is that conflict is an opportunity to teach and to connect. So he really showed us that he wasn't in a place where he was trying to control. He was in a place where he's trying to create connection.